Hey everybody, welcome back to TBBAT's Coffee Break with Drake. It's 2025 and it is going awesome. I hope it's going awesome for you too. We're still early in the year, but I have faith you're going to have an amazing year. All right, let's get down to it. I am super excited about today. I am trying not just a new coffee, but a new type of coffee bean. If you know anything about beans, the coffee beans or seeds, as we now know, there are four major arcana when it comes to coffee beans. You have Robusta, you have Arabica, you have Liberica, and you have Excelsa. Now, if you're anything like me, you never heard of Liberica or Excelsa before, maybe even just now. I learned about these as I started getting more and more into coffee. I thought, well, I know I've heard of Arabica and I know I've heard of Robusta. I might not be sure if I've even drinking one or the other, but I know I've heard of them. I never heard of these. So of course I had to dig down deep and try to find them, and my coffee minions were able to locate some. This is Liberica beans directly from the Philippines. That's right, I flew them down there on the TBBAT jet, grabbed the Liberica beans, and they came right back to me, and we are going to review them together. Let's see how they are. From the little I know, which we'll go into a little bit more as we go into this episode, they are quite different than the other beans. Everything about them is different. It's almost like they're a different species. Maybe they are. We will find out in just a minute. So this is Liberica coffee. Now this brand, it says Artisans, the Ultimate Coffee Pleasure, Roasted Coffee, Barako Gold. That's the brand, Barako Gold. This comes from the Philippines. This says its ingredients, roasted coffee. Very good to know that this is roasted coffee. If they sent me anything but coffee, it would be bad. And if they didn't roast it yet, it would probably be bad too. There's not a lot of information about this other than that it's manufactured by Collins Coffee World in Pamplona, Las Piñas City, Metro Manila, Philippines. There's a customer service number here, and there's info at collinscoffee.com. So let's get right down into it. All right, it says here, the ultimate coffee pleasure, Artisans. Created by hands of true artists, a true mark of talent and creativity, Artisans Coffee, period. Artisans Coffee has taken blending coffee to a new level where blending principles become an art form. Artisans Master Roasters have crafted coffee blends, focusing not only on the needs and wants of the end user, but also focusing on how the coffee is prepared. Okay, that being said, I don't think this is much of a blend. It's more of a single bean, maybe single origin. It is all from the Philippines. However, these are all Liberica beans. All right, so let's get right into it. I noticed it a little, like it came with another coffee, but I noticed the smell was a little interesting. So let's pop this bad boy open and see what we got going. Oh my, what the fuck? I don't even know if they sent me coffee. This does not smell like coffee at all. Holy shit. This, this is horrible. This does not smell like coffee, guys. Have you ever tried Liberica coffee? Please let me know if I am, maybe it's the brand is bad or it's the beans. I have a feeling it's the beans. We're gonna look more online and find out. I have a feeling. This is just what Liberica beans smell like. Leather and tobacco. If you ever had a pipe smoking father like I did, you might recognize this smell. It smells like leather and pipe tobacco. It is not a good smell. And you would also think, well, I mean, it's not like it's a bad smell. It's just not something you would think of drinking or eating. It's wicked weird, guys. Like seriously, if you ever have the chance to at least smell it, smell it. Let's go into the description of this. Coffee Liberica, trees are very tall, reaching up to 20 meters, 66 feet high. They're harvested using ladders. The size of the cherries, the beans, and the leaves are also among the largest of all coffee varieties. So these should be larger beans. Coffee Liberica beans are larger than Arabica and Robusta, with a unique shape that resembles a teardrop. They also have a distinct aroma, okay, with a floral and fruity scent that is often described as similar to jackfruit. The flavor profile of Coffee Liberica is also unique, with a bold and full-bodied taste, often described as smoky, woody, and light and slightly nutty. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Guys, I don't know. All that being said, I do not think this is going to be a good tasting coffee. We will find out. I'm actually a little hesitant to even grind this in my grinder because I'm afraid that the smell might not come out. Oof, this is rough. Jeez, guys, seriously? I don't know who thought this was going to be whatever. Anyway, yeah, that's me. So, okay, yeah. Some of these beans are actually relatively huge. I know you probably can't tell by that. They are definitely big beans. And looking at the bean compositions here, this does look like it maybe is a blend because there's different, there's different colors. Some are darker than the other ones, and there's some different shapes in here. So this is probably a blend coffee from different farms in the Philippines, which, whatever, that's fine. All right, we're gonna grind this bad boy up, see what happens. All right, we are ground and sound. All right, the smell toned down a little bit, which is good. Grinding that coffee up actually did help. I mean, it still smells like leather and tobacco. It's just not quite as strong as it was. Oh, let's just get rid of all this. Let's fill this up and get this brewing. We are, as always, using Hamilton Beach Flex Brew, or Hamilton the Red, as they call it. I've gone into it in my other editions, but I love Hamilton Beach's Flex Brew. Let's talk about price. So I did have my minions fly down on my personal jet to the Philippines, get the coffee, and come right back. It was like a quick round trip. So it's pretty expensive when you're using your own private jet. I did learn you can actually get this online. I found this out after the fact. For $18, my cost was like several thousand, like $30,000 because of the fuel and all this other stuff. So lesson learned. So yeah, you can find this on Amazon for $18. Now this is a 1.1 pound bag, which is nice. There's a lot of it. Well, it's nice if it's good. If it's not good, then it's just a waste of beans, because this is going to go sit on a shelf for quite a long time until well, you know what? Until I do a review of all the four major arcana, I will probably do one of all four of them together. I have the other ones coming in as well. So when you're talking about the price of this, we're going to say it's right around $1.20 an ounce. So it is not that bad price-wise, which is interesting because it is a rarer coffee. You don't see it a lot. My guess is people don't seek it out that much, so it's not that wanted and doesn't have a very high price on it yet. We will see. I know that when I bought the Excelsa, it was more expensive for less. So we're going to find out in a minute. And please, for the love of all that's holy, let the taste not taste like the smell smells, if that makes sense. All right, sounds like Hamilton is done. This is a little bit of a smaller mug. I think this must be like an 11-ounce mug, and I just put 10 ounces in here, so not a lot of room. Oh, okay, thank God. The smell has almost all but toned down. Oh, Jesus, that was rough, guys. It was rough. I didn't know if I was going to make it through. It is very, very toned down. Let's hope that the actual coffee is too. That is rough. All right. A little hot, but we're gonna give it a whirl. How do you like my funky mug? Kind of funky. Yeah. Oh, I should use this with my Funk 17 review. Oh well. Oh, that's got a lot going on. it occurs to me maybe I should have tried this ahead of time and had some experience with it before I just did it live, because this is super hard to describe. And maybe some experience would have been helpful, but I don't know how to. Okay, so a few initial notes. You are getting the flavor is toned down so much more than the smell. It is drinkable versus the way it smelled. I would think it would not be drinkable, which is nice. It's got a complex flavor, and there is a buttery taste at the end, buttery coating at the end, which I was not expecting. It is very earthy. And there's almost no floral taste, and there's no, not floral, excuse me, no fruity taste. There's almost nothing there fruit-wise. You're not getting any really bitterness or sourness on this coffee. It is earthy, and it's almost like, yeah, I call it, definitely tastes like it's a different variety of coffee, which is interesting. If somebody gave you this and the color was different, let's just say it was blue or red or yellow, but tasted identical, I don't think you'd even think it was coffee. I think you'd think it was like some odd, I don't even know, like you would think it was like maybe mushroom coffee or something, like brewed from something other than beans. Okay. Yeah, it's different, and that's the best way to put it. It's earthy. You can you can't. It doesn't have the similar tastes of floral, not floral. Why do I keep saying that? It doesn't have the similar taste of fruitiness that you get from like a light roast coffee. There's no sourness. There's no bitterness. It's just a flat, earthy tone, and there's a light butteriness at the end. It's not bad at all. I would not drink this on a regular basis. As a matter of fact, as I mentioned, the next time I will drink this is probably when I do a review of all 4 major coffee bean arcanas, as I like to call them. I probably won't touch it other than that. It just doesn't have a lot to offer other than it being different. So that being said, I don't recommend Liberica at all unless you want to try something different. If you're sick of coffee that tastes like coffee, you might want to try this. And as I made that like laughing sound, and the air went through my mouth, and almost brought like a leathery, tobacco-y flavoring in my mouth. So it's there and it lingers. This is the weirdest one I've ever tried, and that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, that's my review. Hopefully it's helpful. But I guarantee you, your first time trying this stuff, you're going to be as confused as I am, because it is a very confusing coffee. I'm Drake. This has been Coffee Break with Drake, doing a review on the mysterious Liberica bean. And this is from the Philippines. As I mentioned, I imagine there might be some differing tastes from the different countries it comes from. However, that being said, my guess is also that the overwhelming consistency of the type of bean probably is going to make those differences minute, because it's a different thing. Cheers. Here's to a awesome 2025, guys. Have a positive mindset. Don't be one of those people that posts online, oh, 2024 sucked. And 2024 is already starting to suck. 2025 is already starting to suck. Because if you think that way, it's gonna suck. Ooh, this coffee. Ooh, ooh. So have a positive mindset. It's still January. Don't already fall into that category of, oh, this year is already sucking. Change your mindset. Even if you had some setbacks, don't worry. Think that the rest of 2025 is going to be amazing, and I promise you it will. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.